Hey lovely people, Rich Ferguson here, and I'm just wishing you all a happy new year, and I cannot wait for 2025 to get on the way. I debated about making this video, but I had friends and a lot of family saying it's something I should do, so I thought I would share what's happened the last few years because I've been MIA, and when I do show up I think people think I'm just out doing my thing, but life's been very interesting the last few years, and I went to two very unfortunate funerals this year. Lost one of my closest cousins and dearest friends. And at the funeral, surrounded by a lot of family and friends I have not seen in a while, due to the circumstances I'll explain, they were just shocked. They heard that I got in a car accident, but many of them thought I hurt my neck or hurt my wrist or whatever. I don't think people had the understanding of the gravity of what really took place. So I thought I would make a video, share it with you guys, because I'm just now dipping my toe back into the work scene and getting back to life. It's been horrendous. It's been insane. So let me start from what altered my life, and we'll go from there. But I'll try to make this as concise as possible, but I really just wanted to reach out and talk to friends and family, maybe a few fans, but mostly friends and family, and let them know that I'm okay, I'm doing well, I'm looking forward to getting back to regular life, but there's just been a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding of what's really taken place. To start, it was almost exactly 3 years ago that I was in Denver. We were in San Luis Obispo on the Central Coast of California. We moved to Denver. I filed for divorce and I moved out. The week I moved out into my new place to start a new life, I had a major movie deal lined up, a tremendous amount of corporate events because I had been struggling during COVID and just keeping contacts going and arranging things that were coming to fruition. So life was kind of put on hold. That was hard enough. But the week I moved out into my own place, I got T-boned at 75 miles an hour. And this crackhead was driving up the oh shit lane right in the middle, in the yellow lanes in between, completely blew through a red light as I was pulling out of the gym. And she T-boned me, and I woke up 120 feet down the street in a fully loaded touring van. And so she hit me hard. So 75 miles an hour, and my brain sloshed around, and I had a lot of issues with my brain. Besides internal issues with kidneys and my lungs, I have seen over 130 doctors in the last couple years. And most of those in the first year of the accident, but I was seeing 3-4 doctors a day. It was insane. Several surgeries, speech therapy, cognitive therapy, neurologist, vestibular therapy, tons of physical therapy. My forearm, which I used to be pretty freaking in good shape for a 50-year-old, and excelling in martial arts, and freakishly strong. Well, my forearm on this side is nice and strong, but on this side there is a hole, it's gone, there's a section missing. My bicep was completely torn off, and so I had reconstructive surgery on that. They had to rebuild tendons and regrow the bicep. It was strapped to me for about 8 months. When I say I laid in bed in misery, no joke. You guys, you don't understand. Like, I laid in bed in misery for over a year, deciding if I wanted to live anymore. It was brutal. It was my sister and my kids that got me through it. I don't think most people knew what was going on. I think people had this impression that, oh, Rich is just out there jet setting, doing his thing, and too busy to reach out to me or whatever, because I couldn't. I was just unable to speak for a while. I was in really bad shape and in a tremendous amount of pain. The pain from the accident continued until literally a couple months ago. And so that's part of what's getting me back to life now. I still get headaches when I'm overstimulated because I still have a pretty bad brain injury. I move fast, I talk fast, I think fast. I've always been that way, but there's a lot missing. Like, I can't remember people's names. I can't remember movies I've seen, shows I've seen. I can't remember how to play piano. There's a lot of the things just gone. They're just gone. So I'm starting from scratch on a lot of things. But I'm still pretty observant. I still can read body language well. I still can do some magic because there's like a rhythm to it, and that strategy part is still there. But there's a lot that I've had to overcome, and balance issues and control, and I've lost, I have tears in shoulders, I have tears in wrists, forearms, I have my ulnar nerves completely almost severed, so I've lost a lot of control of my left hand, which I'm a left-handed magician. A couple of my fingers and my thumb don't coordinate well. A disastrous thing. I mean, in addition to the brain injury, which is an ongoing thing for the rest of my life. Wanted to share that because I don't think a lot of people really understood like the levity of the accident, how severe it was. It has a really bizarre turn of events. 3.5 million people in Denver, and this piece of crap person who's walking around free like nothing happened, she lived one house away from me. Come to find out when we were doing all the legal paperwork. And by the way, they had no money, they had nothing. And if it was a UPS truck or a FedEx truck or company, I probably would have got millions. I will say that if you ever have insurance on, like in my case, I had insurance on my hands, mostly for disability for liability in case I was to flick a car during a show and hit someone in the eye. I got rid of that during COVID because I'm like, well, I'm not working for a couple of years here. And then I got rid of that kind of stuff. So I didn't have this secondary umbrella protection for myself. And then to make matters even worse, the month I was moving out, I was trying to get my ex-wife set up with a new four-wheel drive SUV or van. And so our insurance somehow didn't get paid. I was with AAA for 30 years with renter's insurance, house insurance, car insurance, and it expired 32 or 33 days prior. And so I didn't have underinsured motorist. It was an absolute, you just don't know. It was an absolute disaster on my life and my career and finances. It's been something else. So I've been stepping up and being the greatest dad I can be to two absolutely incredible kids who are doing great. We're here in San Diego, California now, all of us. And I'm literally about to step into the workforce again. I have a couple of very large corporate events coming up, and I'm excited because it's been, you just don't know. I've been, take COVID, moving away from friends and family and everything being centralized was cool for the airport, that was great. But to be there, not have a lot of friends or family, get readjusted, COVID happens, divorce, an accident. It's like years have gone by, and I wish I could, one, speak better. Two, I wish I could make really fun videos, but I've just been under the weather and I've been having severe headaches, a lot of pain, and doing a lot of therapy. So not psychological therapy, like from that standpoint, but therapy on different injuries and surgeries I've had. It's been hell. And so I'm in a cool place down here in San Diego now. My kids are happy. I'm really happy to say that I've finished what I can do as far as medical stuff. I'm gonna have injuries for the rest of my life, but I'm no longer spending my waking days and hours at all these damn facilities and giving money to doctors. So all that said, I just want to touch base and share a little bit of that with you because one, make sure you have underinsured motorists. So if some idiot hits you, you're well protected. I guess I'll add in some of the details too of some of the injuries from chipped teeth to obviously brain damage, which is something I've been having to overcome for a few years now. It's been something to go into a room and not know why I'm there or whatever it is. And it's so frustrating when a relative or a friend goes, oh, that's just normal. That's what happens when you're old. I'm like, no, you don't understand what I've lost. I was the most freakishly observant person on the planet. I mean, that was my superpower. That was my one gift. And so I have a massive deficit. And, but anyways, injuries, my lungs partially collapsed. My max oxygen for over 2 years was 90%. And if anyone knows much, you get hospitalized at 89, 88% and get put on breathing machines. So I had a horrible time breathing for quite a while. I had to stop karate from dizziness issues and other things like that. The neurology of the brain, the part that got hurt, deals with autonomic stuff. So like heat control, emotions, things like that. So I would get really sad or really depressed or really happy, just like on a dime. It was weird. And even hanging out with family, I tried to step up and go to this family reunion a year or so ago to go river rafting. And even at that, like I couldn't be around people. I had to go into other rooms and lay on the floor and hide in the darkness because light would hurt my eyes and my brain. I'd get nauseous if there's too much noise or stimulus or movement, and couldn't control my temperature, so I'd get overheated so easily. And it's just been hell. It's a million times better now. I'm not here to just complain. I'm just sharing because I think a lot of people really don't know. And it's awkward to do this because it's so vulnerable because I even though I've been a public figure in the past and done a lot of stuff on TV or whatever, that's the entertainment side. But me as a person, privately, like me and my kids and stuff, I'm very, very private. I have my very close circle of friends. And so to share this is hard for me because it's really no one's business, but at the same time, people are wondering, like, what the hell happened to Rich and why isn't he making fun videos or products or whatever? I'm speaking of that, the last thing I did is in 2019, I did Star Wars Kenobi, and then I did a couple events, moved to Denver, everything stopped. For years, I was working on body language and this whole new keynote speaking direction, teaching people about human behavior. I made this deck of cards, how to read, anybody, body language playing cards. I did this project over 5 years. It should have been done in a month, but it took me so long, and that was with friends' help, to just get through this last year's hurdles of injuries and stuff. I do feel that at this point, I'm practicing piano and guitar, and I'm kind of relearning things. My memory's getting much sharper. I feel, for the most part, pretty functional. But I just wanted to say I love all my friends and family. Sorry if there's been some confusion to any of my friends. You know, sometimes I show up to a couple parties and I hang out for a bit and I disappear. Sometimes I have a raging headache or I'm nauseous and I have to sneak out. And it's just been how I've been having to deal with stuff lately. Life's getting much better. So this is a big step into a new life and getting back to work. I have a couple really large corporate events lined up. I wasn't laying around being lazy. I haven't been busy. I haven't been jet setting. I haven't been too busy for my friends and family. And it's just, I've just had, a lot has been put on hold, unfortunately. I lost a tremendous amount of gigs, a tremendous amount of opportunities because of the accident, because of COVID. And it's years and years and years to get back to this point where I could share this, but also feel comfortable to know that I'm okay. You know, you go through this stuff and you see friends that have, you know, major surgery or something, and they have GoFundMe pages or, you know, all kinds of support, and I was too ashamed or, you know, afraid or, you know, too prideful or whatever. I don't know. I debated. A couple of friends said, "Rich, you really need some help," and I'm like, "Yeah, what am I going to ask people to give me money? It's stupid." So I'm doing okay, and so life's good. And again, like, none of this is anyone's business. But I know these are questions that people ask because I see the comments on some social media stuff, and privately things have been sent to me by a lot of friends and family recently. I'm looking forward to getting back to hanging out with friends. I'm looking forward to getting back to being creative and contributing to entertainment and all that good stuff. I'm really glad that I'm not at that point anymore where I had piercing, severe, debilitating headaches that kept me up 24/7. I would sleep on the couch for an hour. I would take care of my kids. As soon as they left, I'd crash for another few hours, and I would just get sleep here and there, like I was raising newborn babies, but it was out of just pure pain. That subsided, thank God. I still get headaches if I'm overstimulated. I'll probably get a headache after making this video. But I'm able to function, I'm able to work, I'm able to create, I'm able to think, I'm able to have fun. So I'm ready for all that. And the purpose of this video, again, is just to share, to let you know that, you know, I've been under a rock for a good reason, and it wasn't my choice. And I've been MIA in areas in life where I wish I could have showed up, and I couldn't. So I know I probably let some fans down, some friends and family have been confused, but major life change, and it was a lot more severe than I think people knew. I'll tell you, one of the worst pains in the world is besides like nearly breaking your back and having, you know, nerve damage everywhere and head damage is peeing tissue from inside your body. Like, I mean, it's so graphic to say that, but it's a really rare condition when you have kidney damage and your body passes stuff. It is unbelievable. You just don't know. Breathing machines, I mean, the amount of torn tendons I still have in my shoulders, it's unbelievable. I'll never be able to throw a baseball hard again with my right arm. Coordination on my left arm's kind of shot. I'm still far above the average person, which is funny, because when you're in these appointments with doctors and they're evaluating you, it's pretty funny when someone says, "Oh, do this with your fingers," and they're like, "Oh, well, you're 50. Here's your weight. Here's your age. Oh, yeah, on the scale, you're phenomenal." I'm like, I was a world-class magician with 14 world records. So it was really an interesting journey to take a huge hit financially, and also, you know, my ability, just my superpower that I had, to have that kind of be washed away and be normalized. And it's interesting to be tested, and on charts they go, "Oh yeah, you're doing pretty good." It's like, are you freaking kidding me? So I have a permanent 30-something% loss in my left arm from the different injuries, as far as disability or whatever you want to call it. And but I can't get anything for that, you know. But that's another whole political story. But yeah, so here I am. Life is good. Seeing friends today. Ready to start the new year. Ready to get back to having fun and laughing, and so happy for the few friends, you know who you are, my sister, Eric, Randall, Chuck, Rylan, a few of my buddies that really stepped up at a time when I was really dark, and super grateful for them, grateful for all of you guys, and you'll see me around in 2025. It's been a hell of a ride. You just never know what someone's going through, the reality of someone's situation, and we all assume like, "Oh, I'll call Eric for a poker game, but I'm sure he's really busy jet setting around," and then a week later you find out he was home alone or whatever, you know? So never assume, I guess. And if you have any loved ones that you haven't talked to in a while and you've been thinking about, check in on them, you know, it might make a world of difference for them, trust me. So what's next for me is get my butt back to work and continue to raise these beautiful kids I have who are just two incredible people. I got so lucky. They're just amazing. And start making fun videos, start doing tutorials, start making products, start showing up, and start saying yes to more things, and hopefully never have another setback like I did. So here's wishing you all an amazing 2025, and thank you guys so much for the love and support that you've all showed me in the last few weeks when I've posted a few things. And again, this video was just to help you understand kind of what else has gone on, and that's it. I'll see you guys around. Welcome to 2025. I love you all.